Yo, what's up everyone, it's Blue Nova. I'm here to bring you guys a new tutorial. This one is fairly different from what I usually upload, but it's me mixing a beat in FL Studio. What I'm going to show everyone is kind of how I go about mixing my beats. I'm not going to say this is the way, but this is what I do as far as like EQing, leveling, and putting effects and everything. But before we get into it, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so that you're notified for new videos. If you want me to continue the series, just put in the comment section that you do. So I'm going to just get into it. What I like to do is just kind of color coordinate all of my sounds. So I'm just gonna go to gradient, and let's just make it from like pink to blue. Now I'm going to link everything to every insert. So boom. First thing I'm gonna do is just add a limiter. I've kind of changed my mixing approach now with beats. I'm trying out this method. Before I would just leave a soft clipper, but I'm just doing this, and then I'll add a fruity soft clipper after. So now I'm just going to play the beat by itself. Let's just play without any of this stuff on it, and this is what it sounds like. Nothing is leveled. So yeah, everything sounds a mess. Everything sounds disgusting. So what I'm gonna do is level and EQ everything. So I'm going to put the fruity limiter on and the soft clipper. So just make sure with the fruity limiter, just make sure everything's set to 0. Soft clipper just set as is. And we'll start with the first sound. My initial melody, I like to set it around like -9. So around there is fine. Big majority of this beat is made with like pretty much free plugins, to tell the truth. I kind of like using a lot of free plugins, not because it's just free, because they have a lot of cool, really just natural orchestral sounds. So that's what I went for this beat. So with my clap, for this clap, I just want to have it in mono. So I'm turning it all the way down to the right. Then usually most of my claps, I usually have it setting around like -3. Let's just EQ everything first before we level it. So this, I'm just gonna cut up to around 200. With my 808, just a regular spins 808. Mono. I don't like my hats to pan left and right. A lot of people do that. I don't know. It's just something I personally don't like to do too much. But I mean, it all depends. Some people do that and just always say, oh, it's in terms of space and creating space, but you can still have a good mix. Then with my hi-hats rolling, I don't like the velocity to be all the way up, just because it sounds too loud when everything is rolling like that. So I turn it down. So anytime it's rolling, I just lower it down, just so that it sounds congruent with everything else. So really essentially where the rolls are coming in. Yeah, so that's it. Have this string sound. Sometimes another thing I try to do is check if some sounds sound a little bit cheap or flat, then I put in like an imager and see how wide it is. If it's wide enough, then I'll leave it. Or I'll just take off the imager, but if it's not, then I just add it on. So yeah, this is fine. The sound is pretty good, so I'm gonna take that off. Have this weird kind of film score bass sound. This sound is actually in the VST called Labs, so you guys can get that same sound. I just went ahead and recorded it in Edison because it was making my whole computer all choppy and everything. So let's just start one by one. Close grand piano. This piano is a stock piano in FL Studio. So I don't want to kill too much because I want the low end of the piano. So let's just start playing everything one by one. It's open hi-hat. Needs to be distorted a little bit. A lot of people use the Fruity Fast distortion. I really use the Fruity Blood Overdrive. Then as far as like EQ on my kick, I usually kill up to around 30 hertz. I have this tom sound. I don't know why I put this. Let me just delete this. But this is what it sounds like. I don't want that in for this beat. Then another open percussion. With my open hi-hats, sometimes I don't pull up like a parametric EQ too, just because I just have an EQ and I just want to roll out the low end. Then just play it to round. So let's play everything from the very beginning. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The very last thing I sometimes do with my beat is just put a Fruity Convolver and then I'll cut it at like 16K. The reason why I do that with my beats is because I want everything to be really just consistent. I want everything to be stopping at the same peak and at the same level. So that's why I'm putting a brick wall right there. So you don't have to do it. That's just something I like to do. I think I've told some people that on songs I usually put around 15K, but that's something I personally do for my own songs and some mixes. If I just really want to soften up the entire mix. But for this one, I'm just cutting the beat at 16K. And then that's why sometimes you guys will see like this little line right here. It'll cut the entire thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys would want me to do more breakdowns of beats I've made, just anything on my story, anything I put up, then request it and I'll start doing mixing videos of how I level certain things. A lot of people have questions on how to mix beats, so this is just kind of like a generic and general way of how I kind of mix basic trap beats. This beat might be up whenever. I'll put a link in the description for it, and like I said, like, subscribe, and comment. I'll catch you guys in the next video.